Hello everyone, welcome. I'm just going to give it a minute or two before we get going, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Hi Gary, by the way, thank you so much for joining. I know 3 lives in 3 days is a lot. So I'll tell you a bit about today's class before we get started. So this class is an uplifting and refreshing mindful movement practice, and it's more of a pick and mix kind of situation. So rather than be like a continuous flow, it's going to be more of a here's a movement that we're going to play with for a little while, see how that feels, what we can find, what we can discover, and then move on to the next one and then the next one. So it's very open to interpretation, and I think that's the fun part about it. So I really hope it feels good for you. And we're actually going to start standing today. Also, if you have any injuries at the moment, please just be mindful of yourself as always. This practice is, like I say, open to interpretation. So if you're feeling low energy, if you kind of got a sore back or whatever going on, just move in a way that feels really positive and nourishing for your body today. So we're going to look different. You can take my cues, but don't worry about what I look like because we're going to look completely different. Cool. Let's start standing. So come on up. Fanning out the toes. Give yourself a moment just to feel a bit grounded. If you're wearing socks, you might want to take off your socks. Place one hand onto the heart, one hand onto the belly, and close down your eyes if balance allows. Let's take a deep breath in, send it all the way to the soles of your feet. And a big sigh. And just take a moment here to feel into your feet. Notice how you distribute the weight. Do you hang into your toes more or into your heels? And see if we can draw our attention down from the thinking mind and into our body. Dedicating this next 45 minutes to feel good movement. Beautiful. Let's take a nice big breath in. And a big sigh. Let your hands drop down, open up your eyes, and we're going to start with some neck rolls here. So dropping one ear to one shoulder, and then just gently rolling the head in a way that feels really good. So if you want to go full circles or semicircles, see if you can keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Just listening in to any crunchy parts. And then change direction if you're going one way. Beautiful, good. And then slowly roll your chin to your chest. Just let your head hang heavy there for a few moments. Really feel that stretch in the back of the neck. On your next breath in, we're going to reach the hands high, look up towards the hands. I've cut my hands off here. Interlace your fingers, press your palms in towards the ceiling, and then just take a little moment to feel this out. Maybe it's side to side, maybe it's circles. Maybe this encourages a yawn to happen, and let it happen. Lovely, nice big stretch, opening up the entire body. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, release your hands down, relax those shoulders. Take your feet a bit wider. Let your arms be heavy, and then we're just going to take a twist from side to side. So just make sure you're not near anything that you could hit your hand. Nice. You can go fast, you can go slow. Keep breathing. Beautiful, good. From here, slowing that down, bringing that to a stop. Bringing your feet about hip width apart. We're going to do some roll ups and downs. So if you want to come to the back edge of your mat. As you inhale, lift your head, stretch the front of the neck. And as you exhale, chin to chest, slowly rolling down. Bend the knees if you need to. Good. As you inhale, roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting the chin. Exhale, rolling back down. Let your arms be heavy. Let your knees be soft if they need to be. Just continuing up and down in your own pace. Lovely, good. Next time you roll up, there's no rush to get there. Take your time. We'll meet at the top. We'll turn our toes out. Take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to sit down into our squat. So elbows can come to our thighs or our inner knees. They can come onto the floor. If heels are lifted, don't worry about it. Or you can drop your heels back. So all of the options. And then we're just going to take a little bit of a assess of the situation. So maybe it's a little side to side, maybe it's a little forwards and back if it's more about the ankles for you. So just take that time to explore, see what you find. Lovely, good. And then we're going to bring some breath into it. So as you come through the middle, remember hands can be on the floor if you want. You're going to take a really big breath, feel your belly fill up, feel your chest fill up. And as you exhale, we're going to begin to send the head down, maybe straighten the legs or just straighten them as much as feels good. Good. As you inhale, we're going to bend, fill up the belly, fill up the chest. Proud chest. And as you exhale, coming into that fold, take that in your own time. So big full breaths. Exhale. Wonderful, good. Next time you come into your squat, hold it there, meet me here. And then we're going to crawl our hands forwards, come to our hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide and let's take cat-cow. Inhale to drop belly, shine the heart forwards. Exhale to round, push the hips forward, look to your toes. Awesome, in your own time. Ride in the wave of the breath. Re-energizing and rehydrating the spine. Wonderful, good. And then we're going to introduce some intuitive movement. So whatever feels good here, sway the hips, forwards, back, side to side. Just taking any movement you can that feels good. Always find it helpful to close your eyes for this one. And just focus on the directions that feel really good, and maybe we can move into that. And if you don't know what to do, that's okay. Just keep moving and see what feels good. You will find something that you're like, yes, please, more of. Wonderful, good. Without hurry, we're going to find ourselves in a downward facing dog shape. So spread those fingers wide, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Nice softness through the knees, heaviness through the head. Maybe taking a little pedal through the feet. Lovely, good. And then from here, walking the feet towards the hands. So we come into the top edge of our mat. Take that nice easy forward fold. Maybe take the feet a bit wider if you want to grab opposite elbows. You can sway side to side or make a figure of 8 shape with the arms. Just imagine any tension, any stress, just drip, drip, dripping out the top of your head. Beautiful, bring the hands down, soften the knees, and then slowly roll up through the spine, no rush. Coming all the way to standing, awesome. Take a nice wide stance on your mat, so nice and wide. Toes turned out, and then we're gonna bend our knees. So it doesn't have to be like the deepest bend you've ever done, just find something that feels comfortable. And then we're just going to begin to move that around. So maybe it's side to side. You might send the tailbone forwards and back. See what feels good in your hips. Lovely, good. And then as you inhale, let's take the arms out, straighten up the legs. We're going to turn our right toes out and our left toes in, finding a loose kind of triangle shape. Reach forwards and then bringing the hand down to the knee, the thigh, the ankle. Try not to cave into this lower body. You want to keep it nice and long. Option to keep this top hand where it is. Maybe we come into a little half bind, bringing it behind. Maybe it's on our hip. Maybe it's draped overhead. You get to decide. Lovely. Good, and then we're going to have a little bit of an explore. So maybe bending into the front knee and re-straightening. Maybe bending into the back knee and re-straightening. Maybe both at the same time. So give yourself opportunity to switch it up. Try not to overthink it. Lovely. Good. From here, we're all going to look down towards that right foot. Frame it with your hands. Drop the back knee, release the back toe. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace your fingers, bring them to the back of your head, elbows out nice and wide. Support the back of your head. Lovely, nice big breath. And as you exhale, releasing the hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. You're going to send your right leg all the way back and up. And then bend that right knee open out the hip. Good. Let's draw some nice big circles with that right knee. So really beginning to awaken that hip. Lovely. Take a nice big breath. And as you exhale, step that right foot back in between your hands. Inhale, come up to high lunge. And as you exhale, bend into the knees, open into your goddess or wide squat once more. Perfect. Inhale, let's straighten up the arms, straighten up the legs. We're going to do it all again on the other side. So your left toes turn out, right toes turn in. Reach, reach, reach with that left hand, somewhere down this leg, opening up the chest. Let's start with the hand. So maybe it's where it is, wherever you want it to go. And then let's explore with the legs. So maybe bending front knee, back knee, both, neither. Even if you just make a minor little tweak, you might get a whole different experience of this pose. Lovely, nice big breath. Exhale, look down toward your left foot. Frame it with your hands. Bend into the knee and drop the back knee down. Awesome. Inhale, reach your hands up. This time we're going to bring our hands into a prayer. We're going to bend at the elbows and we're going to bring the heels of the hands to the backs of your head. Thumbs are kind of on the nape of the neck. And then lift in the chin, lift in the chest. Breathe deeply into that right hip flexor. Lovely, full breath. And as you exhale, releasing your hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. You're going to send that left leg all the way back and up into three-legged dog. Good. Bend at the knee and then make some circles with that knee. How much range can you find? Lovely, good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, step that left foot in between the hands. Good, inhale, high lunge. And as you exhale, goddess, bend both knees, both elbows, opening out. Maybe we can get a bit lower now. Perfect. As you inhale, you're going to straighten up the arms, straighten up the legs. Turn the toes in and the heels out. And then we're going to forward fold. So hands come all the way down to the floor. Bend the knees if you need to, it's okay. And then let your head go. Good. Option to stay here. Option to walk the hands forwards. Come back a bit. And then let your head drop down between your arms. Think a really, really wide leg down dog situation. So we've got a nice long spine. Imagine your tailbone being hooked up onto the ceiling. So you've got that lovely length. Wonderful. And then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to walk our hands through our legs, all the way through, slightly rounding through the back now. Maybe some of our heads touch the floor, maybe some of them don't. Lovely, deep breath in, long breath out. Good, walking the hands now back underneath the face. We're going to bring our left hand down underneath our nose and then the right arm reaches up. Option to stay here, option to place it onto your sacrum, option to go for a little half bind, grabbing that inner thigh. So really press down with that bottom hand and see if you can find more rotation. Lovely, deep breath in. And as you exhale, unwind, bring your right hand down, left arm up. Same thing, what do you want to do with that top hand? You get to decide. Nice, really think about pushing your breath into all those little spaces of your body that you're reawakening. Big breath in. Exhale, both hands down. From here, we're going to soften the knees, slightly heel toe your feet in. So they're a bit wider than hip width, and then soften the knees and slowly, slowly roll up through the spine. No race or rush. Beautiful. We're going to take a standing camel here. So bringing the hands to the lower back, fingers pointing down, hug your elbows towards one another. And then as you inhale, lift the chest, pressing the hips forwards. And just go back as far as feels good. It might only be like a few millimeters, and that's okay. Lovely, good. And then slowly coming forwards, releasing the hands down. Well done. Shake it out. Perfect. A little more kind of rhythmic one. So we're going to take our feet a bit wider. And we're just going to begin to make some circles with our hips. So you decide how big they want to be at this point. This is quite a hippie class, actually. I'm just looking at the next few bits and oh yeah, there's quite a few hip stuff. Feel like if you've been sat or you're like a bit low energy, it's quite nice to get those hips moving, isn't it? Awesome. And then circling the opposite way. You can hear my hips going. Beautiful, good. And then slowing that down, let's wind that in. Bringing the feet about hip width apart. We're going to take a little bit of standing breath work. If it gets too much at any point, feel free to stop. It's called Breath of Joy. And I'll demonstrate first and then we'll do it together. So it's an inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. So it's 3 inhales and then like a exhale. I'll demonstrate it in real time. So So we're going to take that, we're going to do it, let's do it 6 times, it's quite an intense one. Let's do it together. Okay, so when you're ready, okay, inhale, 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 exhale. Last one. And we're going to stay down. Let the head be heavy. Awesome. Good. Take a nice big breath. And as you exhale, turn the toes out, bend at the knees, come down into a squat. Really, really slow. Perfect. And then we're going to sit our bum down and bring the legs out in front. All the rest is like kind of floor-based from now on. Cool, so you can either be on your hands or on your forearms if your wrists are sensitive, so know that that's an option. Straighten out the right leg, and we're going to begin with nice big circles through that hip. So to make this a little easier, if you want, bend the knee. Takes away some of the intensity, but it might feel good to have the leg straight for some of it. Perfect, circle the opposite way. Wonderful, good. And then we're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee, like so. Lift the chest, nice and proud. Imagine this knee dropping forwards. So we don't need to push it physically with our hand, but from the hip. Lovely, good. Take a nice big breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to cross your right leg all the way over your left, so your thighs are touching now. If you want to tuck this foot behind for eagle legs, you can, but don't worry if not. And then you're going to allow your knees to fall to the left. Nice and heavy. And again, you can be on your forearms if you want. Breathing into this outer hip, into this twist through the waist. And don't worry about what it looks like at all. You can even close your eyes. Lovely, good. Inhale, bringing it back through center. Bring your right foot down. And same with the left, so straighten out the left leg and begin to circle. How much space can you find in that hip? Good, circling the opposite way. Bend the knee if you need to. Good, and then we're going to bring that left ankle over the right knee. Lift the chest. And imagine that left knee dropping forwards. So we're in a seated figure 4 or seated pigeon. Good, nice big breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to cross your left leg all the way over. Maybe tuck the foot behind the calf if you want. And then knees fall to the right this time. So really just let your hips fall. Give those wrists a break if they need it. And if you don't like this foot cross, you can always lose it. So it might feel like a bit of a awkward, kind of weird shape, but I always think it's quite nice to explore all these kind of weird movements that we don't usually find ourselves in everyday life, particularly twisting ones. Lovely, deep breath. Exhale. Good. And then coming back up, uncross the legs. Let's give our wrists a break and then we're going to come back to some mobility stuff. We're going to open up the legs wide. So if you want to sit on a pillow or a block or something at this point, go ahead. And then we're going to make some circles. Now think about the circles happening from your hips, not just your upper body. Like upper body can be really like, whoa, loads of space. But see if we can think about the circles happening from the hips. So it might be a little more subtle. Good, then circle the opposite way. Good, and then let your upper body get involved as well, so you can really lean into it. You can just let the body round if it wants, come over to the side. Beautiful, good. As you inhale, let's come up through center. Option to use the hands if you need it, that's A-okay, it's totally fine. Or let's bring our hands behind, interlace the fingers. We're going to breathe in, and as you exhale, you're going to lower down, lower, lower, lower. Some of us might kiss the floor, forehead the floor, and then come back up. So up and down. So if you need to use your hands, you can like kind of think about it, think about it, think about it, come down, and then you can press yourself back up with your hands if you want. So hands is a great little prop. But some of us might want the challenge of see how far you can go. Up and down, no rush. Lovely, good. Coming all the way back up. Release your hands. Let's stretch that side lower back. So we're just going to take a little lean to one side. So you might rest your forearm on your thigh. It might be on the inside of your leg. It might be on a block. Just go as far as feels good. Breathing into this side lower back. Good. Come up through center, take it nice and slow, and then take it over to the opposite side. Sometimes it's nice to pop your hand on where you feel the stretch to find that connection a bit more. Wonderful, good. And then coming up through center, bending at the knees. We need to use your hands. And then bringing the feet in. Okay, this next one we're going to build up. We'll start with our legs bent, and then for anyone that wants to do it straight, you can. So hands are going to be behind, fingers pointing wherever you want. The first part of the movement is an inhale. We're going to lift our legs, take them wide. Exhale, bring them back in. And then as you inhale, lift your body up. Exhale, lower. Open. And then we're going to reach through the legs. Reach as far as you can. Bringing it back. Close the legs. Lifting up. Lower down. Open the legs. Reach through. So this is going to be the motion. In fact, you can find your own breath that makes sense to you. So don't worry about the inhale, exhale. Just find something that meets your rhythm. And maybe we can reach a bit further each time. Nice, good. Next time you come down, we're going to either stay with that, or if you want to bring it up a notch, straighten the legs, point the toes. So this time we're going to lift the legs, reach through, take it back. Legs together, sorry I had to think about that, and then lift up to reverse tabletop. Lower, open, reach, back. Close, lift, lower, open, reach. So find your own intensity. You don't have to be all the way straight with the legs. Good. And then next time you find yourself in a seated position, meet me there with the legs straight. Flex your feet. Breath in to reach up. Exhale to reach forward. You can catch your toes, your knees, your ankles. Try not to let the ego take over and really strain your back to reach the feet. Unclench your jaw, allow your breath to slow. Good, and then slowly coming back up. We're going to come onto our back from here, so make sure you've got enough mat to roll back onto. Good, once you arrive, you're going to really press your lower back into the floor and then raise your legs up. Don't worry if they're not straight, it doesn't really matter. I want you to feel that heaviness in the lower back sacrum area. And then we're going to make circles with our knees and our feet. And it doesn't really matter how big those circles are, it's more about massaging over the sacrum. So they can be really big if you want, but just think about massaging that lower back area. Good, circling the opposite way. Beautiful, good. And then bringing that to a stop, bring your knees in. Arms out into a cactus or a T shape, and then you're going to allow your knees to fall heavy to the right. You might get a nice click through your back. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And just let gravity take over now. Close your eyes. Good, as you inhale, bring your legs through center and then letting them drop the opposite way. Nice and heavy. And let go of the needing to be in a certain place. Just really let gravity let you know where you should be. How much control can you let go of? And give yourself a real break. And then bringing your knees back through center. And just getting comfy on your back or on your side for a few moments of relaxation. So if you want to straighten out the legs, maybe rest in the hands on the front of your body. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to adjust and get comfy. Take a nice big breath in. And a slow breath out. Feeling your body sink into the floor. And with each exhale, sending a little message to the body to relax a little further. Letting go of all tension through every joint, every muscle, every cell. Completely letting go of any expressions in the face. Just allowing your mind to settle onto the natural flow of your breath. We'll take just a couple of minutes here, nothing else to do, nowhere else to be, completely at ease. If you'd like to stay here for longer today, please stay exactly where you are and just let this live stream end. Otherwise, just starting to feel back into the fingers, the toes. Letting the head drop from left to right. And when it feels right, take a really big intuitive stretch. Maybe there's a nice big yawn there too. And then scoop up the knees, give yourself a nice big hug. Squeeze it in like you mean it. And then without hurry, slowly coming up to find a comfortable seat, sitting however you like. Finding a nice tall spine, closing down the eyes. And just take a moment here to notice any changes. Maybe physical ones, changes in the mind, maybe your mood or energy levels. Let's bring the hands together at heart center. Bow the head down toward your heart and really, really thank yourself for carving out this little bit of extra time today to look after not just your body, but your mind as well. Whenever you feel ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome yourself back. Thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on catch up, thank you also for joining me. And if you enjoyed it, please do give a little thumbs up, leave me a comment, share it with someone you think would also like it. Oh, Suze, you were here, amazing. And Sam. Oh, bless you. Thank you for coming anyway, and good for you for dropping out early. Well done. You're welcome, Adrian. Thank you for coming. So I usually do a weekly community class. I usually do it on Zoom. So if that sounds good to you, I'll leave a link below to the Zoom link for that. It's free/donation based. Oh, you're welcome, Jennifer. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, I mean, let me know what you think. Like, do you prefer the Zoom? Do you prefer live stream? Live stream is more scary to me because it's open to the entire world. But it does mean it's recorded like straight away and it's out into the world straight away. So I don't know. What do you want? Anya, you were here. Amazing. Thank you for coming. Oh, it's so nice to see your names pop up, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and we'll chat very soon.